A very good evening to all my friends on stream. So, to all those from Mumbai and across India, Namaste. For all those from Dubai, UAE, and the Gulf countries, Maraban. And for all those from UK, US, and Canada, a big hello. So, myself, I'm Nigel D'Souza, the founder and host of TaareekPeTaareek. And right now, you are tuned in to TaareekPeTaareek on your YouTube channel. So, what I would really suggest you to do is you can watch this on your device. You can also screencast this as we go live. Okay, just connect your or link your device to a television and just sit comfortably as we go ahead. We've got amazing things lined up. I've got amazing things lined up for you. So I just want you to take your comfortable seats, and as we progress further, I'm sure you're going to enjoy what I have in store for you. So TaareekPeTaareek is an interactive platform. It's also called as TPT Live, where you are right now tuned in. And I therefore want to welcome each and every one of you tuned in from any part of the world across time zones at this given moment or at your comfort zone to that is to this evening's episode. Okay, the theme is Let's Talk Physio with Dr. Venetia from Mumbai. Okay, I'm a Mumbaikar, and it's such an honor to have a guest all the way from Mumbai, and this evening is surely going to be special. So tonight, as we speak, you are going to get to know a lot about this physiotherapy, okay, this medicinal practice. You'll also get to know the guest who is a doctor, who's a consultant physiotherapist. You'll get to know the expertise that she shares and that she brings. We will also have, some games, okay, an interactive session between me and the guest. We are also having a live Q&A session. So if you have any questions and answers for the guest, please feel free to drop them in the comment section whenever we are going to go in for the live Q&A session. That is towards the end of the entire broadcast. So I want you all to stay tuned till the very end, because the guest who is right now going to come on screen, she's going to have she has a certain set of exercises for each and every one of you who are working from home, who may be having a stiff neck, they may be having a stiff back, stiff joints. If you are someone who's going through all of this, okay, Dr. Venetia has a fix for all of this. So I'm right now, okay, going to take this time and this very moment to introduce her to screen, and I'm going to add her to screen right away. So inviting Dr. Venetia.
Hi, hi, Nigel.
Hello, doctor.
Hi, hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Can you hear me? Can you see me as well? Hello.
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay, so just kind of, I think we'll just give it a few seconds, until the entire broadcast kind of settles down, because it does take a while technically. So I hope I'm audible. I hope you can see me very clearly and also follow whatever I'm saying.
Yes, I can see you very, very clearly.
Okay, that's awesome. So thank you so much, Doctor, for coming on TaareekPeTaareek on the YouTube channel. And I hope you are well. I hope everything is well at your end.
Yes, thank you so much, Nigel, for inviting me on TaareekPeTaareek. It's like a pleasure to be here and talk to you, and a very nice interactive session. So you're really doing a really, really great initiative.
Thank you. Okay, before we get into all the things that we have planned for our viewers, for our friends on stream, I would like you, in a very special way, to just give a little introduction, or whatever you would like to tell our viewers about yourself, your personality, all that you've been doing.
Okay, so to start with, I'm Dr. Venetia Quadros, and I'm a consultant physiotherapist. I have like 10 years of hands-on experience in the field of physiotherapy. So I have two personalized clinic, like a pediatric setup and an orthopedic setup. So I see a lot of cases in cerebral palsy, CTEV. When it comes to orthopedic, I see a lot of orthopedic cases like carpal tunnel, tennis elbow, neck pain, back pain, a lot of stroke cases, a post-operative cases. So I have a clinic in Charai. It's known as Movement 360 with the tagline called Redefining Abilities. I've also worked for a lot of NGOs and also been a part of Jupiter Hospital. And right now, I have my own clinical setup, which is in Charai. And it's so good to be here. And about myself, a little more about my hobbies. If you ask me, I love dancing, dancing, and dancing. That's all I can say about my hobbies. And I'm here to answer all whatever you should store all the doubts at the end of the session, and I'm here for you all to answer whatever queries you have.
That's amazing. That's so cool. I think that was the best introduction for this evening.
Thank you.
And I'm also going to keep a tab. I'm going to keep a close eye on the comment section. So I would really request all our viewers, our friends, to also please put in your names, because there are sometimes the YouTube handles. When you kind of log into chat, you would have the initials of your name. So it's very difficult for me to address your name. So if you would like to add your name, so it'll get much better as we go ahead and we address your questions, and we have anything, to convey to Dr. Venetia. Okay. So all the viewers, I'm just going to have a quick run through and check if there are any comments. So at the given moment, there are no comments, but I would really, request and urge each and every one of you to put in your comments, how you really like the session and everything as we go further. Okay. Dr. Venetia, thank you so much for that introduction. And we're just going to play a very short game. Okay, because doctors always keep always keep asking questions, or getting to know their patients or their clients. Okay, but tonight it's going to be something very different. There's going to be a short game as never have I ever. Okay, so in this game I'm going to put out scenarios to you, and you have to respond either by saying I have or I haven't. Okay, the game is very simple. I'm going to throw across 6 scenarios related to your your background in the medical university, and also in your practicing profession. Okay, I just want to know that if you are ready. Are you ready to answer all these questions?
Ready, Nigel. It seems very exciting. Let's start.
Okay, so yes, viewers, and this is the time where you are actually going to know our guest, Dr. Venetia, everything that she's been doing in the medical profession. So right now, stay put, watch on your screens, do not go anywhere. So we have the session right now. It's called as Never Have I Ever. Okay, so I'm going to throw across the questions to you right now. So the first question goes, never have I ever fallen asleep in class and been called out on it.
I have.
You have
I
slept
have.
in your
Yeah,
class.
definitely. Many times.
Okay. So we have, honestly playing out a lot this evening. So that's very cool. Okay. Like she is giggling and she's answering. That means she knows that she's guilty of sleeping in class. And I think even I have slept in class. Yes. So the second question follows. Never have I ever been jealous of anyone or everyone who did not choose a stream in medicine or a field in medicine.
I haven't.
You haven't. Cool. Never have I ever been asked to diagnose, for diagnosis of a medical advice from a stranger during a conversation when he or she got to know that I'm a doctor or you are a doctor.
I have always been asked for diagnosis. Even when I, just catch up with people for tea, I've been asked for diagnosis even on the table. So I visit people very less.
Oh, okay. I really think that is going to be a challenge for you to diplomatically put those questions across. But I think, hats off to you on how you do it and the other doctors as well. Now we go into the fourth question. Never have I ever danced in your clinic. That is your clinic when the patient has been on a break.
I have. Sometimes I do dance with patients also.
Okay. Oh,
I have a lot
that's
of
cool.
videos on that too.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we follow the next question. That is the fifth question. Never have I ever self-diagnosed a pain or a sickness that you went through, that you had.
I have. Everything is constantly working on my mind. So, I come up with it very quickly.
Okay. And we go to the last question. That is, never have I ever lost focus and patience while dealing with a client or a very complex, case.
I have never lost interest. I mean, I'm pretty focused. And when it comes to a case, however long it takes, I have that kind of patience. So, no, I've never lost focus.
Wow, amazing, amazing. That's super cool, doctor. And I think I should give a round of applause to you
Thank
for
you.
really
Thank
answering
you.
those questions because it is only me right now clapping. I can't hear anyone clapping in this scenario because I can't see anyone. So it's only me clapping for you. Uh,
Thank
so
you.
uh, I hope you are all clapping for Dr. Venetia Quadros because if you do not, then you are all naughty children. Okay. So she is a fabulous, fabulous, doctor and someone who's very down to earth. And I think you can check out all her work, as she rightly said, on her social media pages, on Instagram, on Facebook. You will see how vibrant she is. Okay, for a physiotherapist. So, doctor, thank you so much for answering these questions for Never Have I Ever. Now we that has been like a brain workout. That has been like a brain workout for you and me. So I just want to know what is it that you have in store for us.
Like during this pandemic, most of us like have been working from home, and a home environment is never like if you're in a home environment, you're working from home, so you don't have everything available. Like if you're working in an office, you have a proper table, you have a proper desk height, you have a mouse, and you have Bluetooth connections, or if you just want to talk to your colleague, you just walk around and you can do that. But since you're
Correct.
working from home, you're going to sit like for 8, 9 hours, like constantly in like one place. You'll just get up to have lunch or dinner. So when I see a lot of cases these days in clinic, it is everyone is coming with neck pain, back pain, knee pain, and lot of flexibility issues, and that's happening
Correct.
now. The increase in cases happening now because everyone's working from home. So I just want to tell people like how you can modify your home environment. They're very simple things. You don't need some expensive things when you're doing that. Like suppose you have a laptop, like right now I myself have kept like books. I've like just stacked them up, and I've kept my laptop. Yeah, so I've kept my laptop at my eye level, so I don't have to like constantly look down and slouch and be
Correct.
talking to you. So like a simple adjustment which you can do. You don't need any fancy table. Like I have also kept my dining table here and post like kept books stacked all over. Or if you have a cardboard box or a shoe box, anything, you can just place it. But make sure that the screen or the laptop screen, desktop screen is at your eye level. Now it is always preferable to use a external keyboard or a mouse while you're doing it. Like it's
Correct.
always better to have an external keyboard or a mouse when you're working from home, at home, because if you do not have again the height, can you like figure that out, like how am I straining my elbows and my fingers? Yeah. So this,
Yes.
you can't keep constantly holding that position. So you have an external keyboard or mouse, it's okay. Or even if you don't have that, I have a solution for it. You can like just slant your laptop screen, just keep it slant, and then you can type very easily and do that. So we have a solution for everything. It's just that we need to modify and figure out how we can have a better posture while working from home. Now sometimes,
Okay.
like even while you're typing continuously or something, there's no soft padding below your wrist, so you start getting a
Correct.
lot of wrist pain when you're constantly doing. You'll never realize while working. You just finish working and you're just going to lie down, then you'll imagine what pain is. So while you're working, if there is no soft padding, what you can do is, just take a hand towel or whatever you have, a towel at home, and just, fold it and just keep it below your wrist, so you have a soft padding, and
Oh,
it doesn't hurt. So they are like simple
okay.
things. Always use headphones, like while you're on a call. If you're on a call and you're constantly like, oh yeah, I'm talking. So if I keep this posture for a long period of time, I am definitely in for some neck pain. So you have speakers, you have voice note. So please try to use more of voice note, as talking on the speaker, or use a Bluetooth. But do not, like, constantly, even if you're editing things or something, do not like continuously talk like that and then keep doing work, because your neck will be so tight at one particular point of time, and you'll start having neck pain, and then
Correct.
you'll ignore that, then you'll go to your spine, then to your lower back. So it'll like a constant chain, keeps happening. Then even while you're sitting on the chair, make sure your foot is touching the ground. Okay, it's not like dangling up in the air. So that's very uncomfortable. If it's not happening, if your chair is a little bit higher, what you can do is just place a stool down, or something like whatever, just to rest your
Correct.
feet over it. And never ever, please don't sit cross legs, because if whenever you sit cross legs, like, you're putting a lot of pressure on your nerve under your
Okay.
leg, you're compressing the nerve when you're sitting cross leg constantly, and then you'll start getting knee pain also, and constant back pain, and a lot of things, a lot of other things happening when you're sitting continuously. The main thing, as I said, is constantly when you're sitting, don't slouch, because when you're slouching, just imagine this is my
Mhm.
constant posture and my neck is looking downwards. The most
Correct.
common thing these days, what is happening, it is called as text neck syndrome. Okay,
Oh,
everyone has that. Like, I don't know whether you've read about it or heard about it. So
no.
just for your information, your head, like my head, your head weighs normally like approximately 5 kgs. It's like that bowling ball, so it is
What?
it is 5 kgs. Yeah, my head, or your head, like say 4.5 to 5 kgs. So now when I'm constantly, looking or texting, like I'm in this position and I'm constantly texting, so every inch I'm moving forward, like suppose I move a 15-degree forward, so I'm putting like 12 kgs of weight. Again, I'm going down, I'm putting like 15 kgs of weight. And imagine I'm in this position, then I'm like literally putting 30 kgs of weight. So
Correct.
imagine 5 kgs of poor head now is taking 30 kgs of weight. So can you imagine the stress? Yeah, that's how that's where all the worry and the pain starts. And then you start getting tingling sensation, numbness. Yes, small things, which we tend to ignore. All of us are sitting at home and everything is online these days, so we really need to
Correct.
see like how our posture is, how we are going to fix it. Now if you see, I have a straight back chair over here, sometimes,
Correct.
and I constantly cannot maintain a posture upright. It is very difficult. So what do I do? A simple trick: just roll a towel. Okay, I have a straight back chair, and just roll the towel and fit it in my curve. It perfectly fits in
Oh,
my curve, and then I sit upright. I don't have to take
okay.
any efforts now. So that's like a small trick, because you constantly cannot be like sitting, oh, I'll maintain a posture. How much ever you say, you are going to slouch. You cannot keep that constant maintain the posture. So I
Correct.
said like text next is very common. Plus people who are on playstations and playing a lot of games, you constantly
Mhm.
using your thumb. So a lot of tendinitis, inflammation in that
Correct.
region. Plus your phone is so heavy, you're constantly placing it in your hand and you're playing, constantly texting. So you start getting thumb pain. A lot of
Okay.
other, like
Wow.
a small things. So what you can do is either, you take a break constantly every 20 minutes. Sometimes when you're playing a game, you're so much into it that you forget everything around you. So like
Correct.
this, I'm going to definitely help you fix it, but I'm going to tell you what are the faulty things you do too. So, like I said, like the text next, or like you're continuously typing without taking a break, you don't drink adequate amount of water, you don't walk, you don't stretch. And one of the most important thing, this is especially for all the people who are working from home. So now, they constantly sit for like a stretch of 3 to 4 hours sometimes without even taking a break. So then you start
Right.
getting a lot of redness in your eye. And if you go to see, everyone has that issue, right? These days, redness in your eyes, itching, your eye starts watering. That is because that is excessive screen time. You're damaging your eye. So there's this
Correct.
simple, very, very, very simple rule, and you'll always remember it. It is called the 20-20-20 rule. What you do in this 20-20-20 rule is every 20 minutes, you take a 20-second break and look 20 feet apart. So that's like an eye exercise. Simple thing.
Okay.
But if you do it every 20 minutes, there won't be any redness because constantly you're looking at the screen, and definitely you're going to have this issue. So every 20 minutes, you can just keep an alarm. Sometimes you forget. So everyone constantly tells me when they come to clinic, oh, I'm so involved in the meeting, I cannot get up. You have to keep an alarm. You have to get up. You have to stretch for a certain amount of time, just like 5 minutes it takes to stretch. Imagine
Correct.
that 5 minutes is better, or you're going to like suffer for 3-4 weeks with that pain, and you're going to take treatment for it. So better is to fix the problem. So these are all the things. Even kids these days at home, online classes. Why are they holding the cell phones? Just place it somewhere at the eye level or the screen. Till now, even when they are writing, if they are when they are writing also, they don't have a fixed good posture. So these are the common problems what happens when you're working from home. So now I'm
Correct.
going to talk about some tricks how you can do. Like when I spoke about text neck syndrome, correct? So I said like I'm
Correct.
constantly texting, I'm looking down. So what do you do when you have a little bit of neck pain, or you're sitting constantly and doing your desktop work? Small stretches. What you do is, see, just straighten your spine.
Doctor,
Yes.
yes. Before you move ahead,
Yes.
really sorry to cut you there, but the
Yeah.
conversation was really interesting. But I
Thank
would
you.
just like to invite, there is, I think we've just seen comments by DS Footprints and
Yes.
Rebecca Fernandez have just commented. So I just
Okay.
welcome both of them. I don't know
Hi.
who
Hi,
DS
Darshan. Good to
Footprints
see
is.
you. I know him. Hi, Darshan. Good
Oh,
to see
okay.
you here.
Okay,
Hi,
okay, okay.
Rebecca.
That's great. Okay, Darshan. Okay. So what I'm going to do right now, the reason why I also stopped you was because I wanted to really address these people, thank them for
Correct.
tuning into the broadcast, and I'm just going to right now stretch the screen, let people have a complete view of you as you show these exercises. Okay, so I'm just going to do that right now. Okay, so you can continue.
Yeah, so like just while you're working from home and you need like a quick break, what do you do? So like people ask me, what do I do? How do I fix this neck pain? So in order to avoid that, painful neck, what you do is just stretch. Now stretch is very simple. You don't have to do there's no rocket science involved here. All you need to do is just like, suppose if I have pain at this side, my left side. So what do I do is, just hold the chair so that my shoulder is downwards, and I just stretch. So what I do is just stretch. Excuse my dog for it. This is not under my control. Okay, so you just stretch your neck, and whenever you stretch, you need to hold it for about 5 to 10 seconds. Okay, so I feel a nice stretch in my neck region and then relax. So in the same way I do it for the other side also. Stretch, hold it for about 10 to 15 seconds, and then relax. Like you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you're going to feel a nice stretch while you're doing that. So that is your next stretch. One simple exercise. This is going to be fun. So how do you do it? It is called a chin tuck exercise. So every time this is your chin, so you just got to tuck it in and hold there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. Again, tuck it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a very simple exercise. Now, since you're slouching, of course, your pectorals are going to be very tight. Now, how do I stretch it? Just keep your hands backwards and hold this position like for like 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If that is not possible, you have your door, the entrance, the door area. You just place your hands at the door area and you just move forward. So like you kind of stretch this entire pectoral muscle if you're holding it for like 10 seconds. One more quick fix for neck pain is squeezing your blades together, because you're continuously slouching. So how do I squeeze my blades together? Is I'm just showing you in sideline position. The shoulder blades at the end, you're just going to squeeze it. Like if I keep a finger in the middle, the finger should be pressed. It should be that way. Like, you're going to squeeze it and just squeeze it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. Again, squeeze it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus, when you're sitting, you can just like have few backward rolls just to have some shoulder mobility. Like, backward rolls, chin tuck, neck stretches, and I told you is the squeeze. So this is something a very simple exercises. You don't require some like 10-15 minutes to do it, like 4 to 5 minutes and you're done. So every 20 minutes, if you could do this, it's really good for you. Now, suppose even if you're, like I spoke about text neck syndrome and I said like all this. So this all works for neck pain or anyone with desk job. Plus, you can do a little bit of spine stretches. I am showing you all the stretches in sitting position because I have this constant complaint of people telling me I don't have time to exercise. So it's cool if you do not have time to exercise. All you need to is just sit in the same position and stretch. So one more stretch is like, just take just a second. Let me adjust my screen. So, just fix. If you want, you can take a towel or anything and just with the towel take your hand, towel, dupatta, whatever is available, take it upwards and then just stretch, and again left and then again right. Simple stretches. Plus the same way, even just keep it backward, and just like stretch, stretch, stretch. So these are all the stretches you do for your spine and for your neck muscles while you're sitting. Plus, I told you, if you have constantly, a lot of email work and a lot of other things happening and you're constantly using your fingers. So what do is simple. This finger stretch is very, 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 very simple. So all you need to do is like, just take your hand and stretch it backwards. So every stretch you do, if you do not hold it for 5 to 10 seconds, it does not count. It just is like movement. It's like warm up. So what you do is just hold a stretch for like, so my elbows are straight and I'm doing it. The elbows are straight and I'm taking it upwards. Then the same way, this stretch, downwards. Okay. So, so that is one of the stretch. Plus, what you can do is just open your fingers, close them, open your fingers, close them, open your fingers and close them. If you are like constantly working, or if you have a lot of elbow, I don't know whether the tennis elbow was famous because of Sachin Tendulkar. So most of you all must, yeah, Sachin Tendulkar actually made tennis elbow famous. Before that, people were unaware of what it was actually. So if people think that it is only because of playing tennis, it's wrong. It's like if you're doing any activity, like even if I'm typing continuously, like for 4 to 5 hours, I am creating stress on my wrist and even on my elbow. Or anything like texting, or if I'm holding a lot of heavy weight, without, yeah, this happens, when you go to the gym and you do not even stretch or do not even do a basic warm up and then you try lifting heavy weights, then there is the injury. So, suddenly when you try lifting, so always I say like stretch before anything. Stretching is really important. So stretch, and then afterwards try to lift. So, you can avoid those injuries. But in case, even if you have tennis elbow, there are like simple exercises you can do is just to strengthen your wrist. I have a dumbbell here. It's very colorful. So I like colorful things. If you see my clinic, there are a lot of colors there. So this is like a 1 kg dumbbell. Even if it's not there, it's okay. Just take a bottle of water and just exercise with it. So don't, like, people have an answer ready. Oh, I do not have dumbbells, so should I buy them? I'm like, don't waste money, don't buy them. They'll just lie. Better than that, just you use a bottle of water and grip it properly, and just exercise your wrist in upward direction and hold it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The same way, turn and just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wish, Nigel, you could do this with me. So, like, these are like
Okay,
simple.
do you want me to join? I have my phone. As you said, it was heavy, right? So I can do it with my
Yeah,
phone.
yeah, you can do that with your phone. All you need to do is, like, make sure your wrist, like this entire arm is resting, and then, yeah, forearm is rest. Yeah. And then just take it upwards first, and hold it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's some limitation in your range, Nigel. You need to work on it. And then the
Okay.
same way, even down, like downwards, you just turn your hand and just lift it upwards. Yeah, and lift, take the, perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can feel the muscle while you're doing it. See, while you're doing it, you'll feel the muscle, right?
Correct, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, they're like simple exercises. So if you actually keep strengthening your wrist every, like, you say, whenever you get time, if you could do it, it'll help you to avoid injuries, especially all the carpal tunnel, this tennis elbow. It just simple stretches. It might look like, these stretches are very simple. I'm showing simple things because then people don't come up with excuses that they can't do it because it's simple. If I tell you something which is very difficult, then people will, the technique will always
find
vary,
ways.
and yeah, then people won't do it also. So these are just simple things, just stretching your fingers, or like, keeping, and always keep a bottle of water which is next to you while you're working. So I would say this is okay if you can't, like, really get up, you have a meeting, but otherwise I would say keep the bottle away from you. At least you'll move. Otherwise you won't do
Correct.
that also. So
I do
moving
that.
is
I do
very
that. I
important.
practice this.
Yeah, so moving is very important. So, these are like the basic stretches which you can do while you're just sitting, or, working from home that time. These stretches are really helpful. And I said, like, that small trick of just rolling the towel and keeping it in your curve region.
Correct.
So, you engage your core. You're automatically upright when you're doing that. You don't have to slouch. Even if
Correct.
you can try that, when you're on this long conversations, if it exceeds more than 2 hours, someday you'll have your own show. So, that time you'll be really busy. So I know you'll get a chair, which will be much better. But in case if you don't, you can try this out. If people who are like constantly having online classes these days, which are too long, so they can sit like that. So these were like this few work from home related stretches I, just like quickly came up to help people.
I think that was amazing. Uh, you just rightly said at the start that we'll have a live Q&A session. And I myself, I don't think I have any questions, but I know one thing for sure, that I've been doing so many things the wrong way. Knowing things the right things, but as you said that, some people are just too lazy, until they get that severe neck pain and stiffness, and that's where they start rushing. And
Yeah.
I think you answered all the questions. Beautiful exercises.
Thank you.
For sure, I want to tell you, viewers, friends on stream, to save this video. Okay, please make sure that you save this broadcast. You can find the options below. Watch it later if you want, because these exercises are coming right from Dr. Venetia Quadros, a consultant physiotherapist. So you do not want to miss this out, and share it with your friends and family who are also doing things the wrong way. Okay, there's no harm in correcting people. Okay, so having said that, doctor, so right now we're going to get into the live Q&A sessions. But before we do that, we have an additional member come up on chats, and that is Rosh the Chaser. So I'm guessing that is someone who is known to you or someone who's
Oh,
just tuned into
hi,
Taareek.
Roshan. Yeah, I know him. Hi, good to
Okay.
see you.
Okay, so thank you so much. I guess the earlier name was Darshan, and this is Rosh, and there is Rebecca. So right now, I do not know in which streams or professions you belong to, but do you have any questions for Dr. Venetia? You could just put them across in, the chat section. Okay, it's a live chat. I will address it on your behalf to Doctor, and she will answer it right away. Okay, so we just starting off the live Q&A sessions right now. So I'm just going to look at the comment section. We also have
Hi,
Siddharth
Siddharth.
joining. Okay, so that's cool. Now this is a moment, I guess, people are going to really now have their questions, their stock,
Yeah, I'm
put on
waiting.
chat. Okay, so in the meanwhile, until there is a question that comes up, I just wanted to ask like a very personal, on a personal front, that like at times the uh, you have a problem right from birth. Like when you are growing up as a teenager, like I had like a
Oh,
severe back problem. Okay, like a deformity in the spinal cord, like which over time got treated. But I think recently also, the pain kept going on and off. Okay, so how does a
okay.
person know, like how does a client or a patient know that is it something that was caused because of their carelessness, or is it something that has been out of their control? Like they has, and when they've been evolving, they've just got this problem. Some people are just having this as a hereditary problem. They either have a slouched back, they either have a spondylitis, or they either have a low density bone, low I
Correct,
think bone
correct.
calcium density. So
Yeah,
how
but
how
that
do how
that
do you address those things?
yeah. So, you'll only come to know about these things when you do a scan or an MRI, whether the problem is, by from birth, or it has just happened. So an MRI will always give a clear picture, but there are like some people can't really, everyone can't really afford an MRI. You can't, you directly, just wait for a perfect diagnosis. So what do you do when you have back pain? You need to first get your posture fixed. Now how do you do that? You'll have to go for a detailed assessment. Everyone has a very different body structure, different body type. So, you'll have to undergo a very detailed assessment. Then they will, everyone, like a therapist will be able to tell you, how long will it take to fix this problem, or, how is it when I actually take a history, I'll understand that, the pain is from birth, or what else, or it has just happened because of your sometimes, as I said, people do a lot of deadlifts in the gym, without even knowing. Suddenly you just go to a gym, and you see a lot of thing happening on the internet these days. So everyone wants to do, follow those people. So when they start following, they end up with an injury which is lifelong. So not all what you see should be done at that particular moment. So I always tell people to go slow, especially all the young youth right now, with all that energy and passion they have. They need to understand that, everything has to be done slowly, and there's a right way to do things. You definitely can do a deadlift, but there's a certain way. Plus it's not only exercise, it's also about your diet. There are so many things which are involved in it. So that way. And for, yeah, I really need to address this, since you asked about low density. Some people are like, yeah, exercise, like some people are so prone, they are D3 deficient. They do not have enough of D3. Say that they are not much, even women these days at home, they do not have any sunlight exposure, so no D3. So their bones are weak, they do not have any exercise. So people usually tell me, the women which are working from home, they, when people come to clinic, they are like, oh madam, मी तर सकाळपासून संध्याकाळपर्यंत कामच करते घरी. So I'm like, okay. So she's like, I'm physically fit. So that's what is their, they think that they are physically fit just because they're working from morning 10 to 5. But that is not, that is called physical activity. So people don't understand the difference between a physical activity and being physically fit. Physical fitness is when you're doing something for yourself. 30 minutes of exercise is recommended daily. Now, 30 minutes doesn't mean, you find that 30 minutes at a stretch. It can be like 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the evening, whatever is, preferable for you. You can do whatever you want. That exercise doesn't only mean gymming. You can do whatever. You can walk, you can skip, you can dance, you can cycle. You can also, you do strength training, simple things like just climbing the stairs. Simple form of exercise. You don't really need to do something very difficult or have a home setup for a gym. Just skip for like 15-20 minutes. It's okay. You'll increase your stamina, you'll increase your endurance, climb stairs. So you can do all these things. And one of the most important thing is, like as you said, like half of the people, why they have back pain. Two things I would like to talk about is, one is your core. If your core is weak, you're more prone to damage in your spine. Second thing is because of lack of flexibility. Now, if you do not stretch properly and then you try to do any of the exercises or any vigorous exercises, you are definitely in for an injury. So two things what you need to do is work on your core. Secondly, work on your flexibility to get rid of the back pain.
Beautifully put across. I think you've really addressed the question that I did not even think of. I think I got all my questions answered, and thank you so much, doctor. I think you really emphasized the importance of a good body posture. Uh, and I think let me just have a quick look as well to see if there are any questions from our viewers, our friends on stream. So at the given moment, doctor, there is no questions or comments coming up. So we're just going to end the live session out here. And I think you've explained in detail about what needs to be looked into and the categories of people. As you said that you addressed my question, which was people having deficiencies, from birth, people who are having a problem because of their carelessness. I think you beautifully answered all the elements of physiotherapy for this evening. I just want to say a very big thank you, Doctor, and my viewers and friends. I also want to thank you for watching this at either at your comfort zone or right now tuning in live. That is Darshan, Rosh, you have Rebecca out here, and many other people who have not commented. So I do not know who all are watching, but thank you so much. So we end the live Q&A session out here. And I really want you, in a very special way, all viewers and friends on stream, if you are across a different time zone, but if you have people from Mumbai, please do get in touch or let your family or friends know that Dr. Venetia Quadros is available on Instagram and Facebook, and which is why you need to check the descriptions below, because you can directly get access like an access to our social media pages. And if you really have the time, and if you really want to really want to consider and to get rid of that stiffness, please take an appointment with her and get it addressed. Do not delay it, because these things are very crucial. Okay. So having said that, once again, doctor, thank you so much for your time, for this evening, for really making this evening and this weekend so special. Is there something that you would like to add, a message to our viewers, friends on stream, before you leave this stream?
uh, the message will be age appropriate. So let me tell all those beautiful moms out there who are working, day and night for their children, and they do not have time. When they tell me they do not have time, let me tell you that you need to make some time for yourself, find some time for yourself, because if you're in good health, your children will be in good health. So first is for the moms, for the senior citizens out there, because of COVID, it is very difficult for you all to even have walks outside. and it might be difficult. So what you can do is just basic simple exercises at home, like warm up or something, but keep moving, because you're more prone to arthritis and stiff joints. For all the young generation out there who are into bodybuilding and into other things, go slow, get first key is to get your flexibility issue fixed. The second is always, second is, whenever you're into all these things, it's just not about heavy weights. So it's about more repetitions. So whenever you are doing any type of exercise, it doesn't mean, more weights are the key. It is about your repetitions, how easily, you're able to increase the amount of reps when you're exercising. And for all the kids, while you're doing online classes, make sure you sit upright. If you're painting, also make sure you have a good posture. If you're texting, please stretch, take a break. If your thumb starts paining, ice fermentation, a little quick stretches, what I told you. Involve yourself in any activity at home. As I told you, just, static cycling up in the air, skipping, climbing stairs. You do not need to go, somewhere or play a particular sport. Since COVID time, everyone's taking their own precautions. So, like, a small note for all, for everyone. And if there is anything you can't fix, I'm always there. Just, a message away or a appointment away. So there you go. And one more thing, Nigel, thank you for having me on the show. It was
My
really
pleasure.
nice, and the initiative you're taking is, it's really awesome. So thank you so much for having me on the show.
You're welcome, Doctor. And I think I thoroughly enjoyed, having you on this stream. And I also love those
Thank you.
roses in the background, which were just
I
about
got
to
them
fall.
especially for the show. I had to.
You were just about to drop them while showing the exercise. And I was like, whoa. And you had your dog bark as well.
Oh
So
yeah.
we have like also viewers from the animal kingdom also agreeing to what you had to say. But I think you did a fabulous job, and I'm so happy. You
Thank
came on
you.
the show, made this evening very special, and we'll stay connected. And all our viewers and friends, you know what to do if you are just an appointment away, if you really need assistance from Dr. Venetia Cortis. So take care, Doctor. I'll see you
Thank
soon.
you.
And
Thank you
okay,
everyone
and
for
thank you so
watching.
much once again.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay, so here we go. The stream comes to an end, but before I end, I would just like you to know that the next Sunday, we do not have an episode coming up the next Sunday, but we are going to have it the following week. Okay, and that would be on 13th. Okay, approximately on 13th of Feb. The dates are not fixed, but do stay tuned to the TaareekPeTaareek page on Instagram and Facebook. The reason I say it is not fixed is because it's Valentine's Day, and people are, obviously it's a weekend as well, so people are really going to be busy. And I really want you all to enjoy the weekend with your loved ones and celebrate Valentine's Day at home, probably with your loved ones or with your family members or with that special one. So please follow TaareekPeTaareek, subscribe to TaareekPeTaareek on the YouTube channel. You can see the link is right there. You just have to click it. And if you go in the links that is in the descriptions below, you will also see a direct link to the Instagram and Facebook pages. Okay. And before I sign off, if there is any support, if you are really interested in reaching out and supporting TaareekPeTaareek in any way, you also have the GPay details, okay, and the Paytm details. That's a registered number for TaareekPeTaareek. So whatever you would like to contribute, that's very well accepted, because this will also help TaareekPeTaareek and the team behind working on the show, to put out such great content, unique content, to get people from the music, food, and the well-being segments, every week to week, as we say, TaareekPeTaareek. So good night. Have a nice week ahead. Be safe and stay updated for the upcoming episodes. Bye bye.